Australia's Foreign Minister Kevin Rudd has added his voice to international calls for sanctions against Libya. He says Libya is guilty of gross human rights violations against its own people and should be suspended from the UN General Assembly. The US and Europe have been scrambling to come up with a collective response to the crisis. So far, condemnation has been constrained by fears of reprisals against foreign nationals still in Libya. Europe correspondent Phil Williams reports.
What to do about a man and a regime that's fighting for its survival with no clear way out? US President Barack Obama has been rallying international reaction from possible sanctions to the unspoken threat of something more direct.
Well, I don't want to speculate about what might happen, but any time you have a situation like this, you have to gauge what the response will be to the actions you take. It's a fluid, dynamic, and dangerous situation.
The problem for the international community is any threat of military action could provoke a backlash against foreigners still trapped in Libya. What's more clear is a message to supporters of Colonel Gaddafi they could face an international war crimes court in the future.
There are many people who are leaving the regime. I think they realise that they don't want to be part of something which will be investigated, and maybe that will have some effect on those who are remaining to realise that the violence must stop, and what they have sought to do to repress people's aspirations is absolutely wrong.
The British government has faced increasing pressure over its slow response getting its nationals out of Libya. The first charter flights arrived yesterday, the relief palpable.
At Tripoli airport, safety was a massive concern. Very, very worried because we were in the middle of a riot and we had to go through it to get home, and nobody seemed to have a plan as to how to get us through there.
We were there for 14 hours outside.
Did you have enough to eat and drink?
No. We were starving.
But these are the lucky ones. There are still more than 200 British citizens left behind in Libya, many caught in remote oil drilling camps where conditions are deteriorating.
Right now, there's been two contractor camps who were actually attacked by the mercenaries. So we've had an influx of maybe 200 or 300 people into Braga. But bear in mind, we are now running out of food.
An embarrassed Prime Minister David Cameron has been forced to apologise for the slow rescue mission.
I'm incredibly sorry if people have had a difficult time, and the conditions at the airport have been extremely poor, and it's very, very difficult for people.
The British government's emergency ministerial group is now meeting. NATO is doing the same.
I can tell you that I have convened an emergency meeting in the NATO Council this afternoon to consult on this fast-moving situation.
Many leaders, including our own, are considering what's next, with dual priorities: getting nationals home safely and pressuring what many see as a dying regime to go with the least possible bloodshed. Philip Williams, Late Line.